this computer. Okay. So thanks everybody for the membership, for joining for tonight's SMPA membership meeting. We had one back in September a few weeks ago. We have this one in October. We're focused kind of more on business. And then our next meeting will be in January. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes, but I'm going to bring up the agenda. If you guys will give me just a second, let me do this. And let me do that. And I think it's showing by now. I don't have this on here. So we went through this, and just in terms of the way we've got the meeting laid out today is focusing first on business, and then we'll move to the benefit side of our organization, hearing from the program updates from the different high school programs as well as the middle school, either given by the program director or the representative. So we'll hear from somebody on each one of those programs tonight. In terms of business side, the first we should be doing is the minutes from our October meeting. And Claire, I know you're out there. I don't think we actually got those out to the membership in time to review them prior to tonight. I don't think we got them out on our website.
It is on our website.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yep, it's under the September general meeting minutes. It is there.
Okay, so it is there. So if you guys will give me just a second, I think I've got the information here. Is there, wait. This is me not knowing where all my stuff is. The minutes from our, I'll bring them up really quickly, and I apologize. I know we're doing this kind of ad hoc. Hang on, general meeting. I thought I had them up. Here we are. Right. We'll just do it this way. So thank you, Megan, for making taking the minutes at our September meeting. The information is up there. It is out on our website. So the way we've been doing the meeting approval, the minutes approval goes is that I need a motion to approve the minutes as provided on the website. Is there anyone out there? Can we provide a motion to approve, or do we want more time to review and we'll approve them at our next meeting?
I can provide a motion to approve if you.
Okay. All right. Is there a second? Any seconds up?
I'll second.
Okay. Are there any nay votes in terms of the approval? No. Okay, so we'll consider the minutes from our September membership meeting approved, and those will stay out on the website as they are provided for everyone's review. Okay, so hang on, I'm going back to the agenda and we'll pull it up. I don't think Anastasia has been able to join us tonight for the finance report. It is also, I believe, on our website. I'm looking at Clara, thinking, because I didn't get a chance to go back and check everything. We'll let that stay out there. And when Anastasia can join us on the January meeting, we can go through our financials. Just as an overview of the financials, we're only about 8 weeks into school at this point. So it doesn't, the financials that are out there, I know Francie will probably give a little more information around our concession stand. That number is not yet reflected from an income perspective. Pledge Day is not there. What would be in there is what we've been able to collect so far in terms of donations for our back to school and our first of year kickoff. And we're pretty much on target for our budget number on that. And there's not been any substantial, like huge expenditures that we've encountered so far into the part of this year. Usually our expense flow is more towards the latter part of the year, starting in December and tailing into the spring. So we'll get more information from Anastasia when she can join us.
Can I just say, I'm sorry, I did not look at those financials until during our little break between the board meeting and this general meeting, and the concession stand numbers are not at all correct for the last couple of years. So something went wrong when Anastasia adjusted them.
Okay.
So please, nobody look at those numbers because it looks like we're not having any income in concession. As a matter of fact, we are.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So, and if there's as anybody else who sees questions as you look it through the information, you can drop a note to smpa.president@gmail. You can drop a feedback on our website, and then Claire will be sure that it gets routed over to Anastasia so she has that input, and she might be able to respond to you in advance. Okay. I think we're going to do concession stand update next, Francie and Clara.
Sure, I'm happy to speak to that. We were planning to have 6 home games scheduled this year. They kind of unceremoniously canceled. The other team canceled our 6th game, which would have been this coming Saturday. It's been replaced with an away game. Our total revenue gross so far is $11,084. Once we net that out, I think that we'll come in right around a net figure of $7,000. If we get another game, that will help our bottom line considerably. If we get a home playoff game, I don't know that will happen, but I really wanted to thank everyone who came out. Many of you came out and helped multiple times at the concession stand, and every one of you is very much appreciated. So it's a great fundraiser for us, and it's a pretty fun thing, I think. So I appreciate all of you guys for coming out.
Okay, any questions, comments? Okay. I promised Jen that I was going to take scholarships update off of the agenda. There's not any information to share. The scholarships that she spoke about at the last meeting in terms of at the middle school and the high school level, I think they closed and applications are due this Monday on the 25th. So if you're looking for information, it's available on our website. I know email blasts have gone out to the 8th grade, the middle school populations. So I think hopefully all the information's out there, and we're going to try and get it also on our Facebook page prior to later on this week. Okay. Before we pitch to Pledge Day, I'm going to just give it, is there any other committee who would like to take a few minutes to give an update or share any information with the membership? No? Okay. All right. So one of the things that I had sent out, and for those who've been part of Pledge Day in 2019, 2018 or prior, most of this is going to be reminder information. But for anyone who this would be their first Pledge Day, either they've got a first-time freshman or they have a sophomore and we didn't get to do Pledge Day in 2020, maybe this is helpful. We'll definitely provide this information out, as well as part of the recording. We'll send out the link to the details as post the meeting. But a reminder, Pledge Day is this coming Sunday. I said a few weeks ago, wake me up when Pledge Day ends. On Monday, I'll be so much less stressed. So I'm looking forward to Pledge Day. I really am, but it's a lot of work that's coming up, but it is our largest single fundraiser for the year. And in the course of 4 hours, the students can make, the community has been very, very generous in the past, and I have no reason that they won't be generous coming up. But in terms of our budget number, we're targeting 15,000. And if we make that, that'll be like awesome. And if we make any $1 more, that'll be just like extra awesome. But it is starting this Sunday. It will be starting at the high school cafeteria, 12 o'clock kickoff. I know Karen Forgione is coming, Mr. King are coming to help us check in students. We'll have others there to help with the organization of the drivers and the checkout before people leave on their routes. All the routes are assigned, but we're asking the students to actually come with something that identifies themselves as a Summit High School student. Their course shirts, their orchestra shirts, their band jackets, bring their ID so that we know that they have that information on them as well. Check in at the cafeteria in that first half hour. It's usually a little bedlam, but it gets organized very quickly. And as soon as we can get students assigned to cars and put out on the road, then it starts to calm down and all the work is being done in the Summit community. The weather actually looks pretty good for this coming Sunday so far, which is great considering what we had in 2019. But we'll hopefully have good weather, and we will go rain or shine, but it does look like it's going to be shiny. They should wear comfortable walking shoes. They should bring an umbrella if rain is in the forecast, but hopefully it's going to be just a nice, cool fall day to get out. There's this envelope they get, there's with a script that's attached, information, they go in pairs of 2. There's a set of these door hangers that you see this year. We put them in little plastic bags. Anyone who survived the 2019 pledge flood day remembers that we had things that just kept getting wet. So we were trying to be a few lessons learned. So there's packages of 20 they'll be given. And they'll either hand them to the homeowner as they ring the doorbell, or knock on the door, or it's something that can be left behind on the door as an opportunity for a donation after the fact. A few things on what to expect. So drivers, if you've signed up to drive, thank you. We still need about 20 more drivers for this coming Sunday. So we'll be canvassing out. This is a great time. If you can't drive for the entire period, if you time frame rather, we can split drivers. Somebody can take the first half, somebody take the other half. We can work that out. It's just sign up for one slot and include the both names that are going to be sharing a route, and we can figure that out. Once the students can form their own group, which sometimes they do as a friend group, and they come together and then they have a parent drive them. So that works out great. Or they'll be assigned a car during check-in. We put them in groups of even numbers, we're going to look for a maximum of 4, and we'll talk about that just in a minute. If there's somebody who can only drive 2, go ahead and let me know, because sometimes what we can do is put a group of 4 and a group of 2 together and cover a route of 6 and cut down on the time. So we'll take as many drivers as we can get, and we'll hopefully we'll be able to fill them with students this coming week, Sunday. Students go in groups of 2, nobody goes alone. They definitely partner up throughout the route. Drivers stay in the sight of their students, so that they, their student group. So they're never like, wandering around by themselves. When someone answers the door, we hand them the door hanger, invite them to join us for a future music event, one of the concerts that's coming up, the live stream that'll be that that Forgiano will speak to in a minute. And we ask for a donation to support the music in the Summit community. As I said, if there's a door hanger that's left behind with just information on how they can contribute. And this year we're saying that the students and the drivers should mask. It's become a commonplace. So it's in the cars when they're assigned, when they're at the school. And we're encouraging them when they're knocking on doors, just go ahead and stay masked, just in terms of safety protocols and making sure that we're keeping in line with people's expectations. And walking between, when they're out walking and going to leave, it's up to them in terms of masking between, just like they would do when they're outside walking in class and all the other pieces. Let Lori in. So the last one is a few COVID safety guidelines for this year. So like I said, typically we try to put up to 6 students in a car and try to cover a route. Some of the routes are longer. They are a little more hilly, the summit town. Sometimes you get a flat space, sometimes you get a hilly space. So you have to just figure out which one you can. But when we do check in, we're going to try and keep them in groups of 4, just to cut down on the number of people in the car. That way, hopefully everybody gets a window. Students and drivers, we talked about the masking, just in terms of that added layer of protection. If someone has a student who wants to participate, but you don't want them driving and riding in a car, we can set it up so that they join a group en route, that they would be assigned to a route. You as a parent would need to transport them to the starting point of that route. It's a little more coordination, but we'll figure that out and give that opportunity, because I think the most important thing is that the students get to participate as part of their program, as part of their music program, and be part of this event. It's actually kind of fun some days, so most of it. Roads that require students to be driven between houses, like these are some of the roads where we don't have sidewalks or it's a little more busy. We've done our best to eliminate them from the route. So Mountain is not on there. If you live on Mountain, I will bring you a door hanger. Just let me know. I'm more than happy to do that. There's a portion of Woodland that's been taken off. There's Division, a portion of Division, that side that lives on, has been taken off. And it's not because of any other reason than safety that we're removing them. And we'll try to figure out how to get some hangers out to the folks that are on those streets if we can. The COVID status of students, whether they're vaccinated, prior infection, it will not be required. They need to participate. So that's just school policy. And drivers, there's an email that came out from Mrs. Grimaldi a couple of weeks ago. Drivers will need to provide a proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test prior that's been taken prior to Sunday, within the past 7 days to Principal Grimaldi. So her email is there. We'll be reaching out directly to those who sign up for drivers to make sure that they're able to get that information in. And if they can't, that's okay. It's just not their year to participate, and we'll figure out something. We'll take them off of the list, and that's fine. We'll open up the slot for another driver. Okay, so that's Pledge Day in a really fast minute. I'm gonna just pause now to see if there's anyone who has a question, a comment. Otherwise, we'll kind of move back up to the other piece. Oop, sorry, I'm like losing something here. No.
Can I just ask, is all that new information gonna be sent out in a blast to the whole membership? I know there were some parents who were hesitant about having their kids do it, but with this, like where they can drop them, like that'd be really helpful, I think.
Yeah, we can do that. We will. So definitely, Francie, we will. And Claire, I'll figure out with you in terms of getting this out. The most of the information, I think, except for maybe the vaccination piece, has been shared either as the mail that went out. So hopefully parents have received that information, but we'll definitely try to get as much information out as possible. Priority is safety, definitely priority safety of our kids, our students. Thank you. Any other questions that anyone would have? Zooming through. Okay, then all right, so cross your fingers for a productive and safe Pledge Day. And you can find Myrony like in the hammock on Monday morning or Sunday night about 6 o'clock. I should be able to enjoy it. I'm going to pitch it over to Karen Forgione in terms of the music program updates, and then we'll just kind of go in the order of the programs that are listed. So then and I don't know if we have Amanda on tonight, so we may have to skip Mr. King's the course. But Karen, you want to kick us off for the program updates?
Sure, absolutely. For those who don't know me, my name is Karen Forgione. I'm the supervisor of fine performing and practical arts for the district. So I'm going to just provide 2 overviews of sort of programmatic things, and then we'll talk more specifically about band, orchestra, and choir updates as a whole. And I can also provide some color commentary during those as needed. So I'm happy to say that, we're full steam ahead in the music department at all levels, from, elementary all through high school. Right now, we finally got through a lot of the auditions for some of our selected groups. So, stage band at the middle school, bel canto, a lot of these are all now up and running and having their auditions. So we're really excited to have that all back in motion this year. And in addition, we are moving ahead with live in-person concerts at all levels. So it's going to look a little bit different than the typical concert in the sense that we will have to do some distancing. The audience and the students will be masked. And we will have a live stream available for all of the concerts in order to provide that opportunity to, parents, family members, friends at home who are unable to make it. And more specific information about that will come out for each individual event as warranted. But that is something we're going to be able to provide for everyone. And, we're just looking forward to being able to have these live concerts, which were not possible, indoors at many of the levels last year. So again, we're going to send out information as those come closer, but right now our eyes are set on preparing for holiday concerts and some of the community events that go on during the months of December and January are also actively being planned for. So very excited, and thank you to everyone for your support from all levels. I think that's all for me, and we'll get into more specifics during the rest of the reports.
Yeah, I'm talking without my mute off. I don't think I know Mr. King is not on tonight, and I don't think Amanda Granger was able to join. So for the choral update, I think there were 4 or 5 students who made all state.
Yes,
And-
just this past weekend, we had students audition for All-State and we had 5 students accepted. We'll be sending out some PR about that very soon. It's a great honor. They're going to be doing a combination between some virtual concerts and I think some live this year as well. But that's a really a great honor. So congratulations to those students who placed.
I'm just looking to make sure that there's no one who's waiting in the invite. I think we're good. Okay, then in terms of, I guess we'll move on. I think band is up next, so I don't know, Claire or Francie, if you're providing the update.
Do you want me to read it, Clara? I have. So Mr. Bocchino was at Big Band tonight, so he was unable to join us on the Zoom. So he sent along a little statement. So the drum set and vocal auditions are in progress for the Big Band. 28 members of the Summit High School band visited LCJ SMS for Move Down Day, which was the first Summit High School field trip in 19 months, exclamation point. The band performed for students from the 6th and 8th grades and then rehearsed with the 8th grade band in preparation for Move Up Day, which was this past Saturday. So they had Move Down Day, and then the next day they had Move Up Day, or maybe there was a day in between, but it was the Move Up Day is when the 8th graders come to the football field and they sit in the stands with the marching band, and we give them pizza and they get to see what it's like to watch to be part of the marching band. So it's a really great experience for them. And I think those that came had a great time. He says we're beginning rehearsals for the holiday concert with concert band and wind ensemble. He encourages students to apply for the Morales Scholarship. The application is available on Google Classroom. The deadline is this coming Monday. Is that 10/26? Yeah, a week, it's 10/26. And students interested in applying for the CJMEA Region Band must have the application and check to Mr. Bocchino by November 3rd. All that information is on Google Classroom. So, and so that was Mr. Bocchino's report. I also wanted to add a little plug. We are selling these lovely car magnets. They are SMPA card magnets. They're $5. We had them at the concession stand. We are hopefully going to have them at every concert this year, hopefully including the middle school concerts. So maybe Christina, you would like to take some and take them to the middle school concerts, but buy your magnets. Thank you.
Any questions for Francie on the band? So a little thing
I just want to
ahead.
quickly say that the middle school band is invited to Thursday's practice at the high school. And they did say parents can stay on the sideline and watch if they wanted to. So if you want me to have any magnets there, I can do that. Or if you don't think, I don't know if parents are going to go or not, but.
Great, I will bring some.
Okay.
Perfect.
One little tidbit that I can offer is that at the last home game this past week, it was Governor Livingston who brought their band. No, Warren Hills. I'm confusing my dates and stuff, but they were the parent volunteers with the band were so appreciative of the hospitality Francie and Clara and the entire concession stand provided to their band members. I mean, we embraced them. I know they got to have pizza with everyone else who was there. So kudos out. I think you guys just did like a huge hospitality favor for them, and they were very appreciative of what I heard. So thank you. Okay.
Well, if we'd known they were going to win, though, then.
And maybe below the chances for a concession. All right. Any
Can I
other?
add something also? Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. I know that there's also some efforts related to marching band to do some recruitment for the future for the color guard. And I just wanted to kind of point that out. I think actually tomorrow it would be after school in the band room. There's going to be kind of a color guard interest session for any students who might be interested from the middle school moving up to the high school. And then there's going to be a series of events. We're really trying to encourage students who might be interested in being a part of that. Maybe they have a dance background, or, you know, maybe they've done this before. We're just trying to kind of encourage some interest in color guard. So look out for some announcements for that. We'll try to, you know, point them out in these SMPA meetings, and then also through our various means. So I just wanted to highlight that.
I think if there's no other band related topics. Okay, so I think the next one is orchestra. So Jennifer, I think you're covering orchestra for tonight.
I am. Dr. Sato could not be here, so she gave me some notes that I'm going to read through. The orchestra and chamber orchestra are in full swing, and they're currently working on the repertoire for the upcoming December holiday concerts for both ensembles. The Orchestra Council is in the process of designing a new logo for the apparel, and they're hoping to have the design completed soon and are excited about having new apparel for 21-22. So that's nice. It was mentioned earlier, the CJMEA regional orchestra auditions are taking place on Saturday, December 11th at JP Stevens High School in Edison. Students who are interested in auditioning should submit the signature page and a check made out to Summit High School in the amount of $20 for the application fee by Friday, October 29th to Dr. Sato. Applicants will receive the signature form after submitting the online student application that is located on the CJMEA website. And applicants will receive their audition time from Dr. Sato once the applications are received. More information is posted on their website, which is cjmea.org/auditions. And then what else? They're going to have several guest clinicians coming to work with high school students in January 2022. Assistant Professor of Music Nicholas de Maison will be working with the string orchestra students. And Professor de Maison is the Director of Orchestral Studies at the John J. Cali School of Music at Montclair University. And then in February, on February 22nd, Lyrica, I think I'm pronouncing all these correctly, chamber music, and the Azuri String Quartet will come in to work with the high school string orchestra and chamber orchestra and the Hilltop String Quartet. And then Dr. Sato just wanted to thank SMPA for all of your support and our support.
Thanks, Jennifer. Any questions around orchestra, the orchestra program, or the plans coming up? Or how we're going to get our own t-shirt, our own with the new logo?
I bet they'll be cute.
Probably will be. Okay, all right. Then I think we'll move to the middle school. And I don't know, Christina, did Mrs. Manhart join back? I don't think so.
I don't think she joined back on.
Okay. Christina, do you want to give an update? I have her notes from earlier that I could read out if we needed to.
Yeah, I don't remember what her notes were.
Okay, sure. Give me everyone, if you'll just give me 1 second, I will pull them right up. I unfortunately closed them down. Here we go. Wait, it's not where I put it. Numbers. I had it up, so I think some of the information as I start to look and see if I can't find this. I remember the fact that they do have some Bel Canto is going to be performing. Give me 1 second. I'll see if I can find.
I know the one thing that she did, if I may just add it, she talked about the success of the kind of move down and move up days. And one of the things that was great about the move down day where the 8th grade went and performed at the middle school or the high school performed at the middle school, was that her 6th grade orchestra was able to come outside and watch the event, and as were a good amount of the 6th grade PE classes were able to kind of sit in, and they were treated to a performance of the music from the halftime show. So that was a neat moment, because there was a great group of students and teachers and involved and watching. And so I think that was one of the things that she wanted to report on, was the success of that day and the excitement that it generated at the middle school.
Good. Thanks. And I did find it. They're still waiting on bell covers for the 6th grade, and they're hoping to return to full rehearsals in the second marking period.
Mhm.
That the bel canto, the 8th grade octet, and the select group of 8th grade band performances into the Veterans Day Assembly, which would be coming up on November the 11th. It's going to be viewed only by the 8th graders, but they're excited that they're going to be able to have the small groups give a live performance. It's probably the first live performance in a while. The holiday concerts have been scheduled for December the 14th, 6:30 and 8, and there will be live stream throughout for both concerts. And then the middle school teachers, they're starting to brainstorm some ways to get the word out to the parents about SMPA and about music in general. So I think there's a marketing, some more information flow to happen. Okay. Anyone, if you have a question around the middle school that you want to pose, if we can't answer it between the update that we just had, we can definitely take it back with Christina or Ms. Forgione. No? Okay. Let's see. So I think that was it for our agenda items. Is there any topic that or item that someone would like to raise now that you'd like for us to touch upon? Even if we can't discuss.
So for Pledge Day, do the students just show up, or do they need to sign up ahead of time, or?
No, this is the great faith of Pledge Day. The faith of Pledge Day is that the students will come.
Okay.
I know that the teachers will be talking it up in terms of participating. And you know what, there's a little video that I've shown a few times that we did from the 2019. And you know, at the end, when we're done with the business, I'll try and launch that if you want to watch it. But you actually do see them smile. Like maybe not so much on 2019 because it really did rain. Like it poured, like really, really poured that day. But there are smiles in there. I think that the students do have a good time for some of it. And we typically, in past years, we get about a 50% participation rate of students who come out. And it's across all ages, all the grades. So it's not just 50% of the juniors. It's definitely all the way from freshmen to seniors. So we will see this year how many we get, and that is kind of directly proportional to the number of routes that we can cover, the number of houses that we can hit, the amount of money that we're able to raise. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, my Pledge Day Good Day story was several years ago before our kids were in band. We had 2 kids, and in those days they actually showed up in their uniforms, showed up on our front step, and I said, "Oh, we're from the band and we play drums." And I said, "Well, I wish you'd brought your drums and there might be a better donation." Probably 30 minutes later, they showed up with drums.
Oh, wow.
And they got a bigger donation. So they do have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I did ask my sophomore if he's been hearing about Pledge Day during band practice, and he says no. I don't know if I can really trust that, but is it something that us as parents, we're supposed to be telling them about and encouraging them to go? Or is there also a push from the teachers at the school?
Yeah. I will remind Mr. Bacchino, who said he would definitely push. He told me he has been, since he's not here to defend himself. I will assume
very well might be. I can't trust my son and his reports.
I have seen it mentioned in the classrooms. I've been in the classrooms a lot, and I think also in the Google Classroom announcements that go to students. So it's happening.
But
yeah.
I will say, Christina, that brings up a really great point. So thank you. Is that it's not how much the adults tell them that they should go. It's really their friends. So when it gets a little bit of like, you know, you're going to be there. You're going to be there. And unfortunately, we've not been able to announce the plans for trips this year. And that always generates enthusiasm, because because the piece about the Pledge Day is that they earn money towards their trip. And the trips in past years have been really great experiences. Like if they went to Nashville, they were planning to go to Boston, they've been to Orlando. There's probably been other places that I don't even know. So I think maybe as some of that information gets shared, or the potential of a trip, maybe that it generates a little bit of enthusiasm. I did send out a special email from the president account, just to make sure that parents of freshmen and parents of sophomore know that this is a very it's a great event. It's a way that they can support their own music programs, because all the money goes right back into their music programs. It's paying for the professor who's coming from Montclair for the time that they're going to spend with the orchestra, the pizza, we spend so much on pizza, but and other stuff, but we feed them every time we get an opportunity. So if you can, anytime we can tie it to their direct benefit is always a great thing. Okay. So, okay. Any other Pledge Day questions? Okay. So again, it's the massive faith that Sunday's going to go off safely, and it'll all be great. If there are no other items that people want to share, we'll end early. I will bring back up this agenda just real quick, if you guys are okay. I'm going to bring this back up just real quick. So our next meeting is scheduled for Monday, January the 24th. That's what's on our website. That's our current date. I will tell you there's a few conflicts that day, and the January 24th meeting, as anyone's thinking ahead, and there'll be lots more information that comes out, is that's traditionally music as a profession. So we line up professional artists or people who are using music as their job. It's the thing they do, to come in and share about how they went from a music student to this is the thing they do. And we'll be working to line up who would be attending. So we'll have to lock in that date pretty quickly so we can actually organize events. So please put the 24th in your calendar, put a little star beside it, because as potential, it may change up a week or back a week. And we'll definitely get that information out as quickly as we can.
And does that date get put on the Summit High School, like the Google Calendar, or?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I saw tonight's meeting was not, it didn't
Okay.
show up on my calendar that I'm
Oh, okay.
subscribed to, and I don't see anything for the next one
Oh,
either.
okay. All right. So good.
So,
We'll check
If you go to the SMPA Summit website, all of the meetings and our calendar is updated. Summit High School has its own calendar, and our events may not be on there.
Yeah, so I know it's here at the bottom. So you can subscribe to the SMPA calendar as well. Anyone who uses Google, I think you can just use the plus and you'll get it on there.
okay.
But thank you for Christina for pointing that out. We'll try and reconcile what's the difference there.
Hey, Myrony, you've got a question in chat.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Who? Is there a trip planned for seniors which didn't have the opportunity to participate in one of these prior trips, right? So our seniors. So I'm gonna pitch to Ms. Forgione. Do you want to speak to trips? I think you did that earlier, but
Sure. We are very close to confirming trips for students, all students. There are 2 trips on the docket for this year for the high school in terms of kind of major trips, and then 1 for the middle school. We're not announcing them formally yet, but I would say within the next probably 2 weeks, we will be able to do that and send out the details. But we definitely will have a trip opportunity for the seniors who didn't have the opportunity in the past. So soon.
more to come. Okay, and then as soon as we know, again, we'll use our SMPA channels to get that information out as well. All right. Any more comments? Okay. I'm gonna thank you so much for attending. Thanks everybody for carving out the time. Thank you for everything that you're doing for SMPA and for our music students. And mark the mark first Pledge Day on your calendar. Be definitely there at the Summit High School and would love to see anyone who can help us volunteer to be a driver or to check in. And then the dates for our holiday events will probably be out very soon if they're not already on the calendars. So hopefully we'll be able to see everyone, or you'll be able to watch them on live stream. And if we get another home game, the concession stand will be running and Francie will be ready for us all to be there. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. Have a great evening and take care.